Sugar is everywhere. It's in your morning coffee, your favorite snacks, and even in foods you'd never expect. But did you know that not all sugars are created equal? Some types are relatively harmless, while others silently poison you. But one sugar, in particular, is more dangerous than the rest, something you probably consume daily without realizing the harm it causes. But what is it? Today we're uncovering the most dangerous sugar that you must avoid. Welcome to Levitas. Before we dive into the most dangerous sugar, let's break down how sugars are classified. Sugars are simple carbohydrates, and they come in different forms. The most basic classification splits sugars into monosaccharides and disaccharides. Monosaccharides, also known as simple sugars, include glucose, fructose, and galactose. These are quickly absorbed into the bloodstream. Disaccharides are a bit more complex, consisting of two monosaccharides linked together. Examples include table sugar, lactose, and maltose. But all sugars, whether simple or complex, eventually end up as glucose in your body. The type of sugar, and more importantly, how it is metabolized, makes a big difference in how it affects your health. Once sugars enter your body, they're processed in different areas depending on their structure. Glucose, the body's primary energy source, is metabolized in nearly every cell in the body. When you consume glucose, it enters your bloodstream and stimulates the release of insulin, which helps transport glucose into your cells for energy. It's a pretty efficient system. Sucrose, or table sugar, is a disaccharide made up of glucose and fructose. When you eat sucrose, enzymes in your digestive tract break it down into these two components, which are then absorbed and metabolized separately. Now, let's dive deeper into the sugar that's been linked to some alarming health effects. You may think all sugars are bad for you, but there's one sugar that stands out as particularly harmful. Fructose. Found in fruit, honey, and in large quantities in processed foods, fructose is often marketed as a natural sugar, giving it a health halo. But don't be fooled. The way fructose is metabolized makes it the most dangerous sugar for your health. Fructose has been singled out as the most dangerous sugar because of the way it affects your liver, metabolic health, and overall well-being. Unlike glucose, which your body uses for energy, fructose is primarily processed in the liver. And here's the problem: your liver can only handle a limited amount of fructose. When you consume large quantities, the liver becomes overwhelmed. Fructose doesn't trigger the same insulin response as glucose, and it doesn't signal to your brain that you're full, so you're more likely to overeat and gain weight. Plus, excessive fructose consumption increases uric acid levels in the blood, leading to gout and high blood pressure. Its ability to bypass key metabolic steps that regulate hunger and satiety is one of the reasons why fructose is considered so dangerous. Your body doesn't know when to stop. The metabolism of fructose happens in your liver. When you consume fructose, it skips the first few regulatory steps of glucose metabolism. In other words, your body doesn't have the same controls in place to manage fructose as it does for glucose. This means fructose enters your liver in large quantities, where it gets converted into fat through a process called de novo lipogenesis, leading to a condition called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD. Unlike glucose, which is used for immediate energy, fructose has a more indirect and harmful impact. Over time, this can cause inflammation, liver damage, and even lead to liver cirrhosis. But that's not the only issue. Fructose also contributes to insulin resistance, which is a major factor in the development of prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and obesity. The fat accumulated in the liver is also released into the bloodstream in the form of triglycerides, which raise your risk of heart disease. Because fructose doesn't stimulate insulin in the same way as glucose, it doesn't promote the production of leptin, a hormone responsible for making you feel full. As a result, consuming large amounts of fructose can lead to overeating, weight gain, and an increase in fat storage, especially around the abdomen. Fructose occurs naturally in fruits and vegetables, but the real problem lies in added sugars and processed foods. High fructose corn syrup is one of the main culprits, found in countless processed foods and beverages, from sodas and fruit juices to baked goods, candy, and even condiments. These products are loaded with fructose, far beyond what you find naturally in whole fruits. It's easy to consume too much fructose without even realizing it, especially since it's often disguised under different names like agave syrup, fruit juice concentrate, and honey. To avoid excessive fructose intake, focus on whole, unprocessed foods. Opt for fresh fruits instead of fruit juices, as whole fruits contain fiber that slows the absorption of fructose, reducing its impact on your liver. Minimize your consumption of processed snacks and drinks, and always check the labels for hidden sources of added sugars. One of the best strategies is to eliminate or significantly reduce sugary drinks from your diet, as they are one of the primary sources of excess fructose. Making these small changes can have a significant impact on your long-term health by reducing your fructose intake and the associated risks of metabolic disease. In conclusion, fructose, often marketed as a natural sugar, poses significant health risks due to how it is metabolized. Unlike glucose, which fuels cells, fructose is processed in the liver, where it leads to fat buildup, contributing to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, and weight gain. It also elevates uric acid levels, increasing the risk of conditions like gout and high blood pressure. Foods high in fructose, especially those with added sugars like high fructose corn syrup, should be avoided. Choosing whole, unprocessed foods, and limiting sugary drinks can help reduce the health risks associated with excessive fructose consumption. Thank you for tuning in to Levitas. Please share today's video with friends and family, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications for future videos. Your support is appreciated, it helps us grow and create more content to empower your health. Remain tuned to Levitas for more expert advice on your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.